Hi there and welcome to this video review of the VM46 wireless 4K live streaming camera from NearStream. Now NearStream were kind enough to send me this unit for the purpose of the review, but they're not paying me in any way and the thoughts and opinions expressed are entirely my own. So in this video today I'll be going through all of the functionality of the NearStream VM46 and hopefully that will give you an idea of exactly what this unit is capable of and you'll be able to decide of whether it's suitable for your needs. So if we start with the actual unit itself, you can see there is a large lens at the front, and this is because the unit has a 10 times optical zoom built in. So I think this unit would be particularly suitable for people who are capturing sporting events, especially people that want to capture the action from a long way away. And probably with 2 or maybe even 3 of these cameras, you've got the ability for a wider shot covering the whole field of play, and then with that 10 times zoom you can really get into the action and close up on players. So I think for people that are live streaming amateur sports, this could be a really good way of doing that. Now on top here you'll see you have a number of holes, and these are the microphones. It's something called their 8 MEMS microphone array with AI noise cancelling. Now from my testing, these capture sound in a 360-degree pattern. There is quite a bit of good noise cancelling, and they claim that it can capture clean audio up to about 16 feet away. And I'd say that pretty much holds true. So if you are live streaming a meeting, you have people sat around a table, maybe a Zoom call, then you're going to pick up the audio through the built-in microphone. Now, despite the fact that it's got a built-in microphone, obviously the quality is never going to be as good as if you're using microphones that are dedicated to the audio source, so up close like lapel, lavalier mics or even shotgun mics. But you do have the ability to take in a mic source out the rear through a 3.5mm jack, so that is handy as well. So in order to control the camera, this is all done through the NearStream app, and this will run on any Android or iOS device. And if I place the camera down for a second, you will see here I have the camera feed within the app. Now you can actually link 3 of these devices together. So for people that are doing, say, ceremonies or sporting events where they want multi-camera coverage, you can control 3 of the VM46s wirelessly. And then once we're in the interface, we can just click on the camera to control it. So here we have all of the controls over the camera, and actually you have autofocus, auto exposure, auto white balance. You can toggle them on and off, but actually I found that leaving them on 99% of the time, it does a pretty good job. You have control here over the zoom of the camera, and you just slide the scale and the camera will zoom in and out. Here we have picture control, so you can control the brightness, contrast, saturation, hue. You can mirror and flip the image if you require, and depending where you are located in the world, you can also turn on anti-flicker. So if you are recording under artificial light and you need to change that, you can. I found that works quite well. I'm in the UK, 50 Hertz is the default over here. So being able to change between that is really handy. So coming back now to the main screen, you have some other options down the bottom. You have the ability to add graphics, and it's very intuitive, the app. You just click the plus button there. You can add another camera in if you want. You can add graphics, full screen overlay, lower thirds, over the shoulder, corner bug, so little watermark. You upload the image and then you just select it from there. Very easy to do. You can actually have picture in picture as well, which is handy for people who want that sort of functionality. And what's also great is you've got audio control. So you can see here what is going into the camera at the moment and what would be going out to the stream if I was streaming or to my recording. You have the ability to mute them if you want. So the camera is still picking it up, so it would be recorded, but it would be muted on the output. You also have the ability to change a few settings of the built-in mic array. You can change it for general mode and speech mode, so depending whether or not you're in a noisy environment, it gives you the ability to change between those. And if you want to turn that 3.5mm line in source on, you do that through there as well. You've also got the ability for USB audio as well, so if you are wanting to send audio in via USB, you can do that. One of the other audio options you have is to add songs. So you can add your own songs in and actually create a playlist. Now, it does actually come with 22 songs already on there. And I guess this is really for people who are doing ceremonies or sports where they want either background music or interludes, and the ability to choose which music you want, to actually create a playlist and then drop that in over your stream or over your recording is actually a really cool option. And I don't think that's available in really any other sort of live streaming cameras that I've seen. So getting down to the actual recording and live streaming options, they're done through the top here, and you have the ability firstly to record either to your device and also to the camera itself. So if you have an SD card inserted, you'll have the option to record internally as well as to your device. And you can change the settings. You can even change the codec from H.264 to H.265 if you want. You can change your stream settings, and it will tell you what the data rate is. So this is 1080p at 15 megabits per second. And it's saying that I would be able to record on my device about 26 hours worth. So that should be plenty internally. If we come back out and go into the settings, we can change the camera input quality here. So we can change to a 720p source or a 480p if we want. So if we go to 720p and then we go back to record, and we will there see the settings is down to 720p there. So fairly handy to do. In terms of the live streaming options, is everything that you'd expect. You've got the ability to stream to all of the major platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, etc. You've also got RTMP, so if you are sending a stream out through something like OBS, obviously you'll just do it through that. Now the device also comes with this little dongle here, and these are the type that you're probably used to seeing for plugging into laptops. Now what you have is two USB 3 slots, an HDMI and a USB-C slot. And with this, what you can do is you connect this into the back of the unit. So once the USB-C connector is connected to the NearStream unit, you will be able to see the HDMI feed on an external monitor. And where I find this particularly handy is if you're producing a live stream event and you want to be able to see on a monitor what is happening pretty much live, that an external monitor is the way to go. There is a little bit of latency, as you can see with the app, whereas the monitor is pretty much instant. So in terms of actually seeing the content, I love to have it connected to an HDMI monitor, and the fact that you can do that through the inclusion of this dongle is great. You do need external power, so the dongle does need to have power coming into the USB-C connector, and as long as that's connected, then once your HDMI source is connected to an external monitor, you can see what's going on. In terms of battery, you have a 6,000 milliamp hour battery built in, and it seems to last pretty much forever in terms of standby mode. So if you're not live streaming or recording, it was upwards of 8 hours. When you are live streaming and recording, it depends on bitrate and usage, etc., but you can expect to see 2 to 3 hours out of the unit. You've obviously also got the ability to power it off USB-C, and that's what I was doing most of the time, so I wasn't having to worry about the battery. It charges pretty rapidly as well with the USB-C cable in there, and I was getting kind of full charge in a couple of hours. So overall, I think the NearStream VM46 is an extremely capable unit. I've really liked the simplicity of it. The app works really well. The ability to be able to control the camera and all of the settings on it through the app with only a couple of presses is really good, and the added functionality of being able to connect to a HDMI output and view what is happening is really handy for me. I think the fact that it is an all-in-one streaming solution, so you have the camera, the battery, audio, the streaming interface all built into the unit, and really you only need to add a smartphone or tablet, and potentially if you want to, but you don't need to, an HDMI monitor. the ability to record and stream with that simple setup is really going to appeal to a lot of people. Obviously, it is designed to be an all-in-one simple device, but the fact that it has that functionality like that 10 times optical zoom, if you wanted to add a camera, so to get a long shot, to cover sporting events, that sort of stuff, you could drop this into your existing streaming solution. So the fact that it covers both the simple and the more complex streaming setups, I think is absolutely fantastic. Hopefully this video has given you a pretty good overview of the functionality of the NearStream VM46. If you do have any questions or comments, please drop them below. I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.